What's up, fam of Liberty? And also everyone else who's watching this video who's not following our channel for some mystifying reason. It's your boy Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I'm the founder of the Sons of Liberty social media organization that's been steadily enraging MAGA fuckface ass clowns since 2015. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time or you're new to our channel, I know what you might be thinking. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck GOP politicians. Fuck these limp dick establishment Democrat politicians that aren't out there in these streets fighting for us tooth and nail. And also fuck the billionaires. These fucking wealth hoarders that have their fucking boot on the neck of just about every American citizen. Neither my channel nor its comment sections are a safe space for bootlicking simps for a Russian asset, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, self-confessed lover of very young girls, and a guy who was friends for over a decade with a convicted pedophile. Now you know where I stand on Donald Trump. If you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing into the comments box like a triggered conservative snowflake who's ass mad about fucking everything under the sun apparently, then maybe consider following this channel after you watch the video and deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. I posted a video yesterday about the politicians who fled their jobs so that they didn't have to vote on legislation that would harm their cause. You know, Republicans who refused to vote on releasing the Epstein files. What did you think I was talking about? I posted a video about that, and some dumb shit knuckles, mouth-breathing oxygen thief, got into my comments asking if my shirt is a G.I. Joe shirt and asking if I was 12. Like, why, bro? You want a date? Are you Epstein Jr.? Anyway, so he asked if this was a G.I. Joe shirt and asked if I'm 12. First of all, let me finish that sentence for you like I finished your mom. Yes, discreet sheep, I am 12 inches. Ask your mom, you little bitch. Second of all, that's a bold question coming from a dude who has a Jurassic Park Jeep cosplay on his profile picture and a ton of videos of you building a G.I. Joe Sky Striker from a Revell F-14 kit. I don't know. But unlike you, I embrace my inner and outer geek. And unlike you, I'm not at all ashamed of enjoying aspects of my youth, so much so that I honor those ties with things I wear and the things in my house, like these action figures. Sci-fi. Oh, and also, by the way, your boy Big Sarge was once a military consultant for both Hasbro and for the Devil's Due relaunch of the G.I. Joe comic book in the early aughts. That's right, my name is in that book a lot. Anyway, what the fuck are you gonna do about it, bro? Try to shame me some more? Motherfucker, you can't shame someone that has nothing to be ashamed about. Like, I get on camera and talk about eating ass, having an OnlyFans, being on Pornhub, playing my guitar, singing in a fucking warbly voice. I wore American flag booty shorts with the junk in the trunk. I'm dragging this wagon, talking in a fucking redneck accent when I'm not even from here. And you think you can shame me by getting in my comments with that shit? It's fucking dog week, bruh. I make videos dunking on low effort trolls in my comments. How did you think that this was gonna play out? Huh? The only 12 around here, besides this girthy fat cock, is your fucking IQ, you goddamn idiot clown. Seriously, if y'all motherfuckers are gonna come for me in the comments, try to be more cerebral in your wet work, for fucking out loud. Today's video, a lot of y'all watching probably aren't going to understand very much if you haven't been in the Army. And that's okay. Yesterday, Fort Stewart, Georgia, home to the 3rd Infantry Division. Oh, I wouldn't give a bean to be a fancy pants Marine. I'd rather be a Dogface Soldier like I am. Yesterday, Fort Stewart went on lockdown after a soldier went on a shooting rampage at his unit. Unlike the Fort Hood shooting from some 20 years back, this one was not terrorism related. An Army sergeant named Cornelius Radford, spelled with a Q-U something. Cornelius? I don't fucking know. Anyway, Sergeant Radford had some sort of personal beef with another soldier and smuggled a handgun onto post, went to the unit, and shot at this other soldier. Then he started shooting at random soldiers that were standing around. 5 soldiers were wounded, 3 seriously enough that they needed surgery. Other soldiers raced into action and tackled Sergeant Radford, subduing him until law enforcement arrived. And to their credit, apparently they didn't beat the shit out of this guy. Carrying personal firearms on post is typically prohibited by military regulations. So Radford broke rules, and the soldiers in the motor pool, I presume, were not armed either. So Now, when I was back in my day, any type of device that could shoot projectiles wasn't a squirt gun or a Nerf gun, had to be registered and stored in the unit arms room if you lived in the barracks or NCO housing. That included paintball markers and airsoft guns. Now, my first thought after learning this wasn't terrorism related and that 5 people had been wounded is, this pogue wasn't infantry. And my second thought was, I bet those wounded soldiers were wearing their iPro and reflective belt and that saved their lives. And my third thought was, I bet this dude had a beard and all the keyboard warriors on US Army What the Fuck moments are gonna be in the comments talking about this is why nobody should have a beard, not even the Sikhs. Oh, before I forget, apparently this Sergeant Radford guy had a fucking DUI, which is a big no-no in the Army. What gets me is that he had a DUI from off-post, but his chain of command wasn't aware of it at all. They only found out after the shooting during the course of preliminary investigations and booking. Hinesville PD, oh no, baby, what is you doing? Like, if you so much as got anything more than a speeding ticket off-post, you could bet your sweet arse that you were standing tall before First Sergeant the next available duty day. And a DUI? How did this guy's First Sergeant not get a phone call at 2 a.m. saying, come get your soldier? In the military, the phenomenon of failing upward is absolutely a real thing, and it's actually exacerbated by the military. If you're junior enlisted, you're unofficially limited to lower tier awards, and your personal actions that go above and beyond, expect your upline NCOs and officers to get higher tier awards. Remember this for a little bit later. So a bunch of soldiers with no body armor and no weapons charged the guy with the gun who just shot 5 people and then tackled him. This sounds like a textbook example of something worthy of a soldier's medal. If any of these heroes are E4 and below, I'd be willing to bet $10 that they get a certificate of achievement downgraded to a company commander's coin, the firmest handshake known to man, and a 3-day weekend. Oh, look, Labor Day weekend is coming up. That's prime time for you to go ahead and take that 3-day, right? Mission first. Meanwhile, somewhere in some office somewhere with air conditioning, a major is going to get a Bronze Star for this. Oh, and the soldiers who tackled Sergeant Radford, we'd love to give you an award, but then we realized some of you were flagged for height and weight, at least according to the U.S. Army standards that were created in 1950. And Private Meech, I noticed you're not green at dental. Go fix yourself. And then guess what? You've got a weekend staff duty drivership, bitch. And the dudes that got shot by Lamotrin, week on profile PT. Oh, and change your socks. We still expect you to be at Monday morning PT formation. Oh, you got shot in the lungs? Monday Fun Day is a 4-mile battalion run. Oh, you were shot in the throat? This is the Mar Division, motherfucker. I better hear you sing that Dogface Soldier song. Oh, I wouldn't give a bean to be a fancy pants Marine. I'd rather be a Dogface Soldier like I am. And you can bet your sweet ass that the VA will be like, not service related because it didn't happen whilst on orders in the combat zone. And Sergeant Radford, what the fuck, bro? Way to be a Blue Falcon. You're the reason why the brigade commander is now rock hard at attention, because now he's got an excuse to roll out that new and improved safety briefing. Everyone's going to have to redo their anti-terrorism and take more classes on insider threats because of you. But the biggest thing that made me laugh was the news article that said authorities are unsure how Radford got the gun through the base's high security before carrying out the shooting at his place of work, followed by a quote from General Lubis, the division's commanding general, and I quote, "We're going to have to determine how he was able to get a handgun to his place of duty." Who the fuck are you trying to fool, guy? Nobody gets strip searched. Hell, the MPs and other gate guard dudes don't even search vehicles. Well, they didn't used to until Sergeant Radford Blue Falcon the whole goddamn division. Thanks a lot, Sergeant Radford. You just reset the Army's "it has been blank blank since the largest mass shooting" sign from 6 years to 0 days. 6 years ago was the latest mass shooting. That's 6 years ago? We had 6 years. Now we got 0 days. Thank you, Sergeant Radford. Does the Army not fucking understand what the hell is going on with its fucking leadership and its environment? Like, seriously, you had Major Nadal Hassan light up fucking Fort Hood. You had whatever happened in 2019 was the largest mass shooting until now. And in between now and, well, fuck it forever, really. As long as Fort Hood's been around, it's always been a piece of a shit post. Fort Hood is in the news every goddamn month because somebody at Fort Hood got. There are 2 Army divisions stationed at Fort Hood. There's the 1st Cav Division with that giant-ass fucking horse blanket, and then there's 4th Infantry Division on post. So you've got 2 combat divisions, plus all the supporting staff, plus associated regiments that aren't necessarily part of it, but they're still there on post. That's a lot of fucking people. That is a huge base. So it stands to reason that in the military, there's always going to be some fuck shit going on. But now, instead of it just being fucking local gangs beating the shit out of each other for the smoke pit between the barracks buildings, it's fucking mass shootings. This is the first mass shooting in 6 years. It's almost as bad as school shootings in the fucking military. What is going on? God damn. Anyway, won't somebody think of poor Sec Def Pete Kegbreath? Guy was busy having his 6th beer inside of his makeup chamber at the Pentagon so he could show up for 5 minutes of PT photo op with the old guard. Now he's got to worry about this shit. Anyway, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files and Republicans are trying to cover up his crimes because they support pedophiles. Admin Tim316 says, get fucking die mad about it, bitch. Hashtag not sorry, not sorry. That's my time for today. I'm Big Sarge out here. 2 claps and a Rick. Stop shooting up the fucking place. Woo!
And now it's time for the Throatpunch!
When I was in the military, my first tour, the internet was in its very, very nascent stages. So pretty much it was limited to checking your email and dudes sending fucking chainmail emails that are like, if you don't forward this by 6 p.m. tomorrow, something bad will happen. Because 3 weeks ago, this was sent out and Irma Rodriguez of Nacogdoches, Nebraska didn't send this on and now she's dead. Remember those days? If you're old like me, you get the fucking chain emails and then, oh, no, remember the fucking reply all shit? Anyway, so when I was in, we didn't have news constantly in our face, but I cannot recall mass shootings in the fucking mid-90s. That's how old I am. Goddamn. That might have to be an outtake. I don't know.